Hello everyone, today we have a Swordsoul deck profile post-October Banlist, right before the release of Darkwing Blast. Nick took this first place a couple times actually. We're going to go ahead and talk about this and kind of how Swordsoul is going to develop in the format. Just as a precursor, this is really just curated for more of a locals level, though you can play this at a regional and higher. May not do too well, I wouldn't expect too much of this. Unfortunately, Swordsoul is mostly a push out of the format, and it's kind of how it is without Protos and without really unfair cards right now. It's kind of the minimum you have to play for a deck in order to be able to play right now. But if you do want to pick these cards up, of course, be sure to use our TCG Player affiliate link in the description. Ecclesia currently is the only reprinted card as far as the Swordsoul monsters, so I think maybe we'll see the rest of the cards besides Moye reprinted Magnificent Mavens, which comes out beginning of November. Let's go ahead and go card by card. Main deck, extra deck, and then side deck. Nick did give me some notes regarding everything. We're going to talk about those right now. So first off, of course, the triple Ecclesia. Pretty standard. I mean, most of these ratios are pretty much hammered in right now. The triple Ecclesia, triple Moye, triple Long Yuan, double Taya, triple Ashina, triple Adhara, a little bit different. I think the idea is just to have as many kind of the tuners as possible. So he only plays the 2 Vishuddha instead of the typical 3 and 1 Shatana. I think these are fine, honestly. The only real difference between builds is if you're playing 3 Adhara, 2 Vishuddha, or 2 Adhara, 3 Vishuddha. That's basically it for monster counts. And then 3 Ash. No Nibiru, no Valor, no Ghost Mortar, anything like that. So pretty straightforward, honestly. Kind of surprised that he's able to get away with just these, but I guess the idea is to play fewer hand traps, more power spells. Because we do see the triple Dark Rule and a more double Desires and Call by the Grave. I guess that's the idea. I'm not sure his matchup exactly, but I'm guessing that's where he's coming from. Of course, the triple Emergence. Only thing different is the Vessel. She's playing triple Vessel, double Heavenly Dragon Circle. It's been really up in the air. I would say that Dragon Circle is just the better card now. But Vessel, I guess, the idea is just to push out as many synchros as you can each turn, especially getting to Qixing Long Yuan instead of going Baron most of the time, unless you wanted to protect your board from Nib. That's really the only difference here. And then triple Imperm, 1 Blackout. Extra deck, pretty standard too. Just the triple Monk, 1 Shaman, 2 Qishao, double Basha, 1 Yuzi, 1 Draco Berserker, Dragite. Dragite's the kind of the flex spot in this build. I don't really think you need this card specifically, but it's there. And then Chaofeng, Chang'ing, Qixing Long Yuan, 1 Baron. Again, pretty standard here. He did say, again, he would mostly go for Qixing Long Yuan instead of Baron, unless he was afraid of Nibiru for his board. And generally speaking, Qixing Long Yuan is just the better card. It's nice that it can banish a lot of the fusions for Tier Limit, Sprite Xyz, Sprite Elf, etc. I just don't think that it's really hard to play this deck right now, just because there's so much against it right now, and not as much going for it without a card like Protos or even Danglong. The entire idea was just to burn for time if you needed to, and then, because game 1, if he went first, he'd probably do pretty well. Game 2, Mystic Mine. Game 3, hopefully burn in time just to be able to play. So we mentioned that Heavenly Dragon Circle was pretty mid at best. I guess he was anticipating more people were going to hand trap his normal summon, which tended to be the case previously. Now, not so much. At this point, I guess you just kind of play all gas cards. That seems to be the idea with anything that's not really a shifter deck, or not Tier Limit or Sprite, anything like that. Side deck. Triple Rivalry, double Dimension Barrier, triple Mystic Mine, triple Tactics Talents, triple Twin Twister, 1 Harpies, and 1 Lightning Storm. Side deck's kind of a mess. I do know that he said Mystic Mine was the MVP here. I would agree. I think this is the best card on the side, unfortunately. Tactic, this is a very good card, but I don't know why he's playing Cosmic. Why he wasn't playing Cosmic, rather, over Twin Twisters. The rest is kind of just depending on the deck you play. Rivalry, because Worms, and very few other decks are playing Worms, if any. So that is the deck profile. Glad he was able to do pretty well with this. We're going to go ahead and I'm not going to talk too much more about Swordsoul in general. Again, I think it's largely pushed out of the format because of tier limit and sprite. Again, I love this deck. It is really hard to play this versus anything. Not that turn wind is an issue. It exists, but it's not very good right now. It's just that it's so hard to play versus everything else. Eradicator, not so much of an issue as a card. Dweller is an issue though. Just not being able to play against all the fusion summons that happen in the tier element deck. And Sprite, Shifter's a card, unfortunately, and then Runic, Mystic Mind, Sprite, and Runic variants in general are very hard to play against playing Swordsoul right now. Again, without Protoss or Danglong or any OCG support cards, anything like that, it's really hard to play this deck. I honestly wish I could say a little bit more about this, just because, again, I really like playing this deck, but it's probably better suited to just play this on Master Duel instead of the current deck. He made this in just like 10 minutes or something, so if you want to use this as a template, be my guest. But that's all I have for right now, you guys. Again, kind of short deck profile. We'll get some more content out. We'll talk about Darkwing Blast. Eric with OzoneTCG. Thank you as always for watching.